Okay, you have to bear with me on this one. Even I might get this one a little crazy and wrong, but we'll try our best. What I'm going to try and do is what we did in our shell here with this item and the data current position. The item is going to be my Mabel 10. So I need to sort of strip it and then look at the integer part. Okay, so if you can see how we did it, int score for 1, I can do that with the item. But I'm going to have to split it first. That's what I was looking for. So how's this going to work? So let me say if I've got item equals Mabel 10. Now I'm using the shell so that I can test things out before I change them here. Okay. So I want to just be able to compare the value 10. So I need to start off with item dot split on the space. Okay, so now I've got this split into a list of 2 bits, but I only want the second bit of the list. So item dot split, and if I look at the second bit, because this will now be a list, and if I can convert that into an integer, I should just get the value 10. I can do exactly the same with my data current position. So if I wrote data current position equals let's say Jack 20, oops, current position, let's call it 0. So let's try that again. Thinking ahead. Losing the plot. Instead of saying current position, let's say it's at 0. I didn't define what current position was, which is why I got the error message. That should be fine now. What I've got to do is data.append. I'm trying to rush this through. I did say I'd make mistakes. Oops. Probably better if I started again. There you go. So if I now print data, there we go, we've got Jack 20. So I have now got this data at current position, which is 0. If I print that out, it says Jack 20. Now I've got to do the same that I did with the Mabel 10. So I I've got to do data at position 0 dot split around the space. Okay, let's just run that. There you go. So it's now split Jack 20 into 2 parts. Let's copy that. And if I now look at the first item, the 20, and if I turn all of that into, and well, let's run that first item, gives me 20, and if I now turn all of that into an integer, I just get 20. So now I've got my method of comparing. So basically all I need to do is copy and paste these into my test. But before we go there, let's see what we've got. There's my test up there. So let's do it with the Mabel one. So I've got int item dot split on the space, first position in that array is less than or equal to, and now we need the second one, data 0 dot split look at the first place, and we need to turn that into an integer, and we are comparing those two values all in one line. So that's the code that I need to write into my program on that one line. So let's give that one a go. In fact, we'll give it a go in the next video. So hopefully you understood that. I apologize for the errors and the mistakes. Hopefully you've sort of understood what kind of code I actually need with this string manipulation to actually put in there. If not, we'll go back over it.